How come the quality goes way down as soon as you push record? Quality went like.
Did it?
Yeah, who
Has
cares?
it, has it even started recording?
It says Jack is recording.
And it says
So
0,
let's
0,
say
0.
welcome.
Here we go.
Here we go. Tell us, Jack, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Your hair is looking mild.
Thank you. I need to get it cut soon.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like it's a very like kind of Johnny Bravo look kind of going on there.
Yeah, hat head.
Hot head, like yeah.
I
Do the
can't.
monkey, do the monkey with me.
How do you do that?
Do you not remember that? He stuck his arms out in front of himself.
Oh, Johnny
He made-
Bravo.
Johnny Bravo, yeah, you're with me now.
A little after my time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really watch it.
I only got a glimpse of it. Like I only had Bog 1 to 4 growing up. Like so, if I was in someone else's house, I would have seen it. But that's it.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah. So I suppose there's we start with a bit of news there. I don't know if you saw it. I sent it to you this morning. Conor McGregor has saved SBG Portarlington and by extension the Gamma competition.
Yeah, that's great. It's really given back a lot to the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't fault him. He cures a lot of sins doing that kind of stuff, I think.
Oh
But he
no,
won't get any
absolutely.
good credit. He might get a couple posts on Instagram, but nobody's gonna, they'll just be talking about his other infractions.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Did you know any guys that train over there?
No, the only person I'm sure I'd know them to see now. Obviously from competitions and that, but no, just I'd recognize the coach. Like, do you know,
Yeah,
that's it.
tremendous.
And then obviously my coaches know the coaches over there as well.
Of course,
But
yeah.
no, I don't know anyone. But it's kind of one of the I have a Z. I think I've won one match there, and I've been there 3 or 4 times. So I don't have a good record there. But it is fantastic, kind of location wise. I'm not a big fan of going to Dublin for the competitions, especially going to the big centres. I much prefer a gym. If you pop it into a gym,
Yeah.
4 mats down, nice little crowd, that kind of venue I much prefer. So I'm so glad that it's been saved. You know.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody's sticking, paying their rent. They've kind of wiped out small businesses.
Oh, completely.
I
And
haven't anybody in my classes. I had like one person show up last week.
mm-hmm.
And I just go there and just do my little workout. Nobody even trains because they have the training during the middle of the day when everybody's working.
You've got set hours, is it?
You can only have a gyms open till 5. So we do classes at like 2:30, and nobody's able to make it.
So most people are probably working during the day, and you've got a curfew essentially, is it?
It's not it's like a restrictions on like fitness centers and stuff. It's not people can go out whenever, but businesses like gyms can't be open, and restaurants and everything are all closing down. And then shops and everything close at 9 when they used to close at say 10 or 11.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I understand. So it's almost like the Italian kind of culture. It's kind of they shut during the day and then open up again at nighttime, but that's kind of stopped over there, has it?
Yeah, people are like getting up at 7 in the morning here is like getting up at 4 in the morning other places.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then people stay up till 3, 4 in the morning too. They stay up a little later.
Okay. So you have no one coming into the gym at the moment?
Not for jiu-jitsu. People come. There's a couple of people go for boxing and like the MMA kind of stuff, but not jiu-jitsu.
And do you think that
residents are just like busy? They can't do it.
Do you think they're afraid of the close contact?
No, I have some. I had some children students who they stopped because of their moms were Karens basically.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah, it's most unfortunate at the moment. Like, I mean, if there was some sort of fund set up, this is the problem here in Ireland is there's no there's the Wrestling Association, but they're not going to help out jiu-jitsu gyms. So jiu-jitsu isn't even an official sport in Ireland. So
Yeah,
that's the main problem. Like, so if gyms are in, especially if it's jiu-jitsu focused schools and not mixed martial arts schools, there's no, there's absolutely no governing body over that sport.
same.
So
Yeah,
then there's no one left to kind of come in and save the day unless you've got some sort of, I don't know, if you're part of a brand, let's say.
yeah. You need documentation and coaches and signatures and
But
all.
this is the thing that kind of I think is a bit crazy. Let's use 10 Planet for example. Say 10 Planet go into a bit of bother, and obviously they can't operate because of the COVID restrictions, and they're forced to close down. And say they go into debt or whatever. Eddie Bravo, where's Eddie Bravo?
It's an affiliate. He's an affiliate. They pay him for the name.
Yeah,
So
but what about
it
when
would be
things
like
go south?
McDonald's closing down, and you like, oh, we're not selling any burgers, so Big Man McDonald's is gonna pay for it. You paid him to sell his slop.
Um, but well, but what happens then to like that that name in Ireland? Like that person who originally opened up that affiliate can't go back if they, you know what I mean? If they close down, they can't go back and open that. Well, maybe they can go
I
back.
don't know
I don't know.
I don't know what kind of contracts Eddie Bravo does, but he probably does like a year contract or something.
Hmm.
Where you can use his license or whatever, trademark.
Okay. But like, so say, but if anything happens to that club, like they're on their own basically.
100%, yeah.
Okay, okay.
It's just a little a little branding,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm sure I don't, Eddie could do seminars and that kind of stuff. I don't know if he's done one in Ireland, but
Oh, there was
he would do. Say he's doing a tour, he'd do Dublin, Cork, Galway, wherever they have schools.
mhm. Oh, Gio was here with the team, I think, at one stage, but the price was astronomical.
Was it?
Well, for me, it was. Yeah, I think it was either. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong now. I think it was either €600 for the week or €600 a session. I'm not sure. Maybe €600 for the week. Maybe it was €600 for the week.
Who can afford that?
I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like those guys there behind you, the Druids. We forgot to address that. Like
The lads, yeah.
you've kept the Druids going there.
Kundalini Druid.
Kundalini Druids.
Uh, this is just like this guy's a bard. He's more of a singer than this guy's just a normal druid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one
This
are
guy's
you?
really good at alchemy. This is guy's really good at the star astronomical astrology stuff. Grand
Okay.
conjunctions coming up,
Okay.
and this guy is like more like the judge in the law. He's the best with the laws and everything.
Okay. Okay. Where's his scales though?
And I'm the teach the warriors clan. I'm in charge of the warrior clan.
Oh, very good. That's why you're out in front there.
In the blue, yeah.
Okay. Very good.
They're
Very good.
they're talking all kind of shit,
Yeah. You should get them like Photoshop them into checkmate geese for the next time.
The Masters Council.
Yeah.
That would be
Absolutely.
cool.
It would be cool. Yeah. Are there any restrictions on colors for checkmate geese?
No.
Do you know the way they used to sell patches for different clubs?
Yeah.
One of the funniest things I've seen is a black GB gi,
A black GB gi.
Yes, it's obviously someone bought a black gi and then put the GB patches onto it. Like
You can't wear black in a GB
no, blue and white.
like judo style.
Yeah.
I know guys who wear all kind of crazy greens and everything, yellows and stuff.
There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gi I wanted to get, but it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not too impressed by that, are you? I just thought it'd be cool because then I get to be Leonardo with the blue belt.
That would be cool, you know.
Yeah. You'll never get to be Raphael though.
He's purple?
Red.
It's red, yeah. You have to be really old for that.
Yeah.
Donatello was purple.
Donatello was purple. Yeah. The smart lad. And then Michelangelo was orange.
He's a kid.
He's a kid. He's the youngest. Like he doesn't even have an adult's belt, for God's sake.
What about Master Splinter? Is he a black belt?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me just check that for a second. That'll be interesting to see. 1 second now.
You should put him on put Ninja Turtle background.
Master. That is the Ninja Turtle background.
Let's talk about the Jake Paul or whatever, Logan Paul.
Oh my God! I forgot about that. I read that this morning at like 6 or 7 o'clock this morning. I couldn't believe what he said.
Disgraceful.
Oh my God! Like, I hope
McGregor doesn't even respond.
Yeah, don't. There's no point. That's just that's desperate. Like that's just desperation. Like, do you know?
And parking next to the Ferraris and all that bollocks.
Yeah, I didn't even listen to it. I read the text.
Yeah, I read the text.
Master Splinter, it seems, has a red belt here.
Yeah. Who could win between Rickson Gracie or Master Splinter?
That's a difficult question. I don't think we've enough time to answer that today, to be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. Are we talking straight grappling or
straight MMA? Pride rules.
Pride rules. I probably have to give it to Rickson.
Okay, yeah, he's not a smelly rat.
But speaking of Jake Paul, he should be completely ignored. Don't even react to him because, as Nate Diaz said, like he would be murdered in a real fight. Like,
yeah, Nick Diaz is the real one, or Nate Diaz is the real one.
Oh, absolutely.
Give him good advice, really. Just like you're playing with this shit, you talk like that, you're gonna be really, you know, because there's a difference between sports and streets, you know.
Oh, that's it exactly.
Like that, yeah, stomped out.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I thought too. Like, that's not how you get someone into the ring or into the cage, like.
And it's just the state of boxing that you have to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Logan Paul, Mayweather stuff is just a freak show. I remember we thought the McGregor and Mayweather was a freak show. That's like, 10 levels above. Because
I don't mind. Like, I mean, if Mayweather goes in and puts on a clinic and just beats up this big idiot, like, I don't have a problem with that. Like,
I know, but they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it like 8 rounds, 10 rounds, maybe, so people get their money's worth and everything.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Also, he's much bigger. How do they get away with that?
Yeah, he's 185 pounds thereabouts.
So what's he got? 40 pounds on Mayweather?
Yeah, but that's why it's become what name did they put on it? Some sort of exhibition or something. I don't know that they use some term like, but there's no boxing commission would allow that to happen.
Right.
Officially. So it's going to have to be some sort of what they did with Tyson and Jones.
Yeah, like touch rugby.
Yeah, I know. It's. I'm not particularly interested in that. I mean, I'll watch it. I will watch it, but there you go. Like,
yeah,
they're going to make their money.
Yeah. McGregor's. it's funny how Nate is sticking up for McGregor. Not really sticking up for him, but you know what I mean. Even though they're kind of rivals themselves.
Mm. But I think that's why he did it. It's like, you're not in this game. You're not here. You're not taking this man's time up. Step away. Just step away. That's what I saw it as.
Yeah.
I really do think that third fight between Nate and McGregor goes completely differently, though.
Who do you have?
Oh, McGregor. I think McGregor does what Masvidal did to. I think McGregor and Masvidal are on similar. And maybe I don't know. Definitely on similar mental levels, to be honest.
Street Jesus.
Street Jesus. Oh my God. I said that to the other night. Like, I want nothing more than Masvidal versus McGregor. That's all I want to see.
That would be exciting.
That is all I want to see. If the Nurmagomedov fight is gone, if that rematch is not going to happen, then let's move on. And then the next big thing for me has to be Masvidal versus McGregor. And I was watching Nate Diaz versus Masvidal, and like those body shots, those body kicks that Masvidal was delivering on Diaz. I think like that's the answer and that's the key to beating Diaz, and I think McGregor knows that, and I don't know if we need to see that again. So now I just want to see Masvidal against McGregor.
Yeah, that would break the bank.
Oh,
even
really?
for with a non-title fight, it would break the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Be a tremendous fight because they're both just phenoms.
Studs, like absolute studs, like just, and there's no like, I was so disappointed with the see, I can never Kamaru Usman. I keep thinking the same Marty or whatever, but the Kamaru Usman fight against Masvidal was probably one of the worst fights.
Just kind of smothered him.
If I was the ref, right, I'd be handing out Cheetos left, right, and center.
Cheetos.
Yeah, I was watching. What was I watching? The Quintet Ultra, and it was a Japanese run organization that was doing it, and for inactivity they were handing out Cheetos.
Oh.
Yeah. So like,
you're pay docked.
Yeah. So like, for those foot stomps and that kind of leaning up against the fence, like, I'm sorry, like, but that's like, I don't like, you're that, like, I understand fighting is fighting, don't interfere with it. But if you're not going to interfere with that, then don't interfere with anything on the ground. I don't care how long it stays down there, because you can't have it one way and not the other.
Yeah, the ref just feels the pressure from the audience. You can hear the audience change, and then he gets the peer pressure and just stands them up.
Yeah, I know, it's awful. But like, where's the peer pressure, I suppose? Was Masvidal versus Usman non-crowd?
Can't remember. No, I think it was a crowd.
I think there was a crowd. Where are the boos for the foot stomps? Where are the boos for leaning against the fence? Like, do you know?
Yeah.
That's just boring. Like,
it's just, there's so much pressure on the champion, and he just has to like squeak out a victory, instead of just being crazy like Ferguson, Charles Oliveira, just go nuts fight.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I
talk about the fights.
I was disappointed with that, to be honest. Like, everyone gave out about Tyron Woodley for a long time, and he's a boring champion. He's not half as boring as Usman.
No. I mean, he at least tries to knock people out.
Absolutely, standing there with the right the whole time.
Chasing after you with it.
It's coming.
Yeah. I think after USADA came, I don't know, I'm not accusing him of anything, but he kind of changed a lot.
Woodley?
Yeah.
I think
people's general aggression went down.
It is.
But speaking of, who was it that, what's his name? Kevin Holland. That guy is crazy.
Oh, big mouth. Yeah, no, man. When I've gone back and watched that
berserk mode.
I've watched that right hook a few times now, and the way he put his left foot on Jacare's hip to swivel in for that punch was amazing. Like, that movement was unbelievable. Like, and that's
I mean, the
just
punch from the ground.
the punch from the ground,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
Like,
never saw anything like that before. Never
I've
seen
seen,
that kind of stuff.
I mean, I've seen that kind of movement. I just would never have thought a punch is coming and that he like I can like when I saw it initially, I was like, how did he generate power? Then I saw the movement that he used to generate the power. I was like, wow. I've absolutely seen that movement before. Kind of swinging your hips when you're linked to someone like that. But then just to have the imagination to throw a right with
Yeah.
it, like, and to generate the power he did, like, it was unbelievable.
I have a question. You know, when Tony was doing those up kicks to Charles,
Yeah.
why did they kind of stop?
Because he was grounded. His right knee touched the ground for
Uh,
quite a period of time. And the thing is, Tony couldn't have seen that at all,
yeah.
because of the position he was in. So he was standing initially to try and stack him, and he was stacking him, but then his right knee dropped momentarily, and then he got
Yeah,
hit
he
with the
kicked then,
shot.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
It was
which is
kind of. I just saw him. He's like looking around, and I was like, "What?"
I didn't I don't know. I know that's the rule and everything, but I don't know, that annoyed me. Like, I mean, Tony's getting a bit of he's getting served his dinner. You know what I mean? Don't like that was the one, or there was only two shots he got that were good. It was that one and then the elbow going backwards. And I mean, I just think that's just leave it for once. You know what I mean? Sometimes leave it. It's not the worst foul at all.
Yeah. Sometimes they let people get away with fingers in the cage and everything. You never know what kind of reffing you're gonna get.
Yeah, yeah.
It's tough.
Um,
Those guys have. I wouldn't. I couldn't do it. They have a tough
no.
job. Tough, really
I
tough.
think I think I think had they continued, Oliveira was shaking his head after that up kick, but I think had they continued, it still would have been the same outcome, you know.
Yeah.
So I think context is a good thing, like, and especially if, I don't know, I suppose the ref doesn't want to influence the fight or whatever, and rules are rules, but I don't know. I just think that up kick could have been just let slide.
Yeah.
Um, Probably people now listening to this going, that's nuts, but sure, look. Um,
Wouldn't have changed the outcome.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He was too dominant on the ground, far too dominant. I mean, even Tony slipped out the back at one stage.
Transitioning.
Yeah,
Beautiful stuff.
and Tony had a lovely escape out the back and got up onto Oliveira's back, and then Oliveira just stood, lifted him, and slammed him back down into side control.
But the way he was
So
mixing his upper body and lower body takedowns was really good, and just like a wet blanket, just crushing him.
absolutely,
He
absolutely,
was
I was
just the whole
shocked.
time just escaping.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
just
absolutely.
surviving. I mean, not even escaping.
So here's a question for you. What would Oliveira look like against Nurmagomedov?
I think number one bullshit. He would get smashed. Right.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
But there was a question for so long about Tony and Tony in the scramble and Tony off his back, and we've just seen him get dominated by this
Yeah,
guy.
I think that was just like hype, UFC hype. Movie magic. Like it would have been a short night, I think.
Um, do you think all the 10 planets around the world are lighting vigils now this evening or last weekend?
I'm not sure. I don't know if Eddie was even in his form,
No, I didn't see him. I didn't see him.
because I heard that he changed up his trainers and all this. Like he doesn't call his coaches anymore; he calls them trainers.
Right.
Changed everybody and all this kind of stuff.
Well,
Maybe
it
that,
seems to be working.
yeah, maybe that could have contributed to the. He didn't look himself,
No, he didn't.
he wasn't countering he was reacting too much.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, is what it was. So the
No, I was
Figueiredo,
sad a little bit.
huh?
I was sad. I love Tony.
Oh no, same. No, I was too. I was too. I was just I was shocked more than anything, and a bit disappointed. That's what I was more than anything, disappointed.
Yeah.
Especially with the jiu-jitsu, like.
Yeah, I just think it's another level of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tony he's really good at attacking from unorthodox positions,
Mm-hmm.
and Oliveira is just like more well-rounded, I'd say.
Oh, but he's completely well-rounded. His stand-up was almost well, no, his stand-up was as good as his ground game. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, so the Figueiredo fight, this man absolutely was in the hospital the night before the fight until 2 a.m. and they were in there asking him if he wanted to fight, and the hospital cleared him to fight, but the option was there for him to pull out. So I believe he was there for a weight cut issue, and he came in and he fought and he went 5 rounds, and
Yeah, he
an
looked a
awful.
little tired, but it was an amazing fight.
I don't think the power carried through 5 rounds.
No. I think they were kind of like, this is a conspiracy. Since they only gave him 20 days or whatever it was, they kind of
Mm-hmm.
were a little more lenient on him. Like, I would have given that one to Brandon.
After the point was lost, and he came on strong. Didn't he come on strong for 2 rounds? I think. When was the point lost?
Yeah, because remember he finished. He had that crazy Uchimata.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of just, there was more significant strikes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%,
For
100%.
You
No,
know,
after that point was taken away, I absolutely thought that was that he had lost it.
yeah, they're gonna have their next one's even gonna be better, I'd say. But that
Oh,
was
100%.
amazing.
Initially, I thought that Moreno would have him the second time, but I think if Figueiredo goes in there and knows that he's not going to put him out immediately, and he kind of preserves his energy a little bit better, and knows that it's going to go the distance, I think he can do more damage. I think he can do an awful lot more damage.
They were all the fights look like slug matches to me. They
Yeah,
none
absolutely,
Everybody
absolutely.
was like fighting very emotionally,
Hmm.
you know.
Oh,
Of
we
course,
forgot about the Gane fight. Did you
they
see
were
the junior?
fighting with their hearts and everything, you know. Like, remember I mentioned last week's people were kind of looked like they were just sparring. These guys were like
They were
fighting.
shooting. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I forgot to mention the before we go or move on with the Figueiredo fight. The Gane against Junior Dos Santos. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I have. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, lots of nice kicks. They kept the fight at kickboxing range. JDS had some good hooks at the end of the round.
But the main thing to take away from that for me was Dos Santos giving out at the end, complaining about the shot in the back of the head when he had
Yeah,
turned away. Like,
yeah. That's
I
just
just
kind of, you know.
But that's his last fight, though. Don't go
Yeah.
out like that. Don't go out like that. Take it. You're like he knows he's done. Like I mean, there's 60 people being cut.
No, they're not going to just change the scorecards.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
be a gentleman.
Be a gentleman. It's probably your last fight in the UFC.
Yeah. Call Ariel tomorrow.
Call Ariel tomorrow and do your giving out there. But I think he should have just kind of passed the torch a little bit there and just kind of been more aware of the situation and himself. I would have appreciated that for him, like, because I like him,
He's been in it for so long. He's been around since like Cain Velasquez. He's, the golden era, the golden age, sharing
Mhm.
cards with Anderson Silva and everything,
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy's been in the game, 15 years or something at least.
Yeah. I reckon that's the last time we'll see him, though.
Yeah. We should talk about the mysterious 60.
Yeah,
Arrow is part of.
Mystery 60. Oh my God, we could. Well, let's just do if we could we'll run through all the weight divisions and who you just pick maybe 2 or 3 people you think are going to go in each division.
I'll try. I don't know
Uh,
the numbers. I don't know all the weights and everything.
okay, hang on now. I tell you what I'll do. I'll actually pull up. I'll pull up the heavyweights. UFC.
What about the really Stefan Struve? Stefan Struve?
We'll go with the top 15, right?
Oh, well, top 15. They're the ones generating the most money probably for the company.
Absolutely, but do you reckon? Let's see if there's definitely going to be people lost. If anyone's on a losing streak, I don't think they're safe.
Yeah, if you lose 2 in a row.
So we have Ngannou, Curtis Blades, Rosenstrike, Derek Lewis, Alistair Overeem, Alistair Overeem.
He demands a big paycheck probably.
He does. So you think Overeem is gone?
But I think he's won recently, hasn't he?
Possibly. I think you're right there. Yeah. Well, I think he could quite possibly be on the list. Junior Dos Santos, I think so.
But heavyweights, they're a little more durable. They can fight well into their 40s. I'd say.
Absolutely. But as you said, he demands a big paycheck.
The old man strength.
And is he going to make another run for the title? Will he get past? I mean, he got absolutely smoked by Ngannou.
Yeah. They all just sound like broken records. They're just, going for the title. I got a title shot. I just don't even know. It all runs together, you know.
Oh, one of my favorites, I think. Is he not? He could be. I think one of my favorites is going to be gone. Olenek. I think he could be. I think they're going to cut him.
The Polish lad.
Is he Polish? I think Alexei. I think, is he not Russian? No.
Could be.
But he's got the most amount of Ezekiel chokes in.
Oh yeah, he's always hitting from the bottom and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tremendous.
The boa constrictor.
Good nickname.
Yeah. So I know this is it. Like, you can't really get rid of him, can you? Oh no, okay. He's had a few losses. Sorry, now hang on. He's had one loss, and that was against Lewis.
That's not enough to get you on the chopping block.
I don't think so. He's,
2 at least.
Yeah, before that he beat Verdum, but Verdum is gone.
He beat Verdum. That's. I mean, Verdum beat Fedor. Verdum beat Kane.
Verdum has left the UFC though.
Yeah. He's making more money now, probably. Big fish in a small pond.
Mm-hmm. But he's lost to, then before that, he's lost to Harris, and he's also lost to Overeem. And then his last win before that was Mark Hunt, who's also gone.
Yeah.
And he lost to Curtis Blades.
Trying to sue the whole organization and everything. Not sue them, but like class action.
I don't think he was successful with that.
Oh.
Right, so we'll move on. There's a few other guys there. I don't think there's no one else kind of standing out to me there that's there a while. Andrei Arlovsky is sitting at number 15 at the moment. He's
been in the game for 2 decades at least.
Yeah, I think he could be another one to go, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's his? Hang on, let's have a look here now. So he beat Tanner. He beat Tanner Boser in his last fight. Tanner Boser is pretty good. He's very light in his feet. I think he's an impressive heavyweight. And then there's Arlovsky versus Linz, and there's no result there for that. I don't know what's going on there. And then he lost to Rosenstrike before that. He beat Ben Rothwell. There's no top fivers here in his and he's been beaten by Tai Tuivasa as well. That's recent enough. So I think Arlovsky could be another one to go, to be honest.
Did Ben Askren quit the UFC or whatever? Did he get fired?
No, he's still under contract, but you never know. He might be one to go. They might let go as well. But he had a hip replacement, so I think he's waiting for that to be to come right. Okay, I'll just run through the light heavyweight division here quickly. So Glover Teixeira, obviously we have Jan Blachowicz at the top. Glover Teixeira, Thiago Santos, Dominic Reyes, Alexander Rakic.
He's a Serbian guy.
Yeah. Yuri Prochazka. That's terrible. I can't say his name. I need to check him out because I don't even know what that is. Anthony Smith, then after him, then Ozdemir.
I'd say maybe Anthony Smith might get the axe.
Ooh, I think you might be right. Like he won his last fight, but it was a triangle, wasn't it?
I thought he got beat by Ratic last, no? Or did he have a fight since then?
He's had a fight since then, and he won by a triangle. But an awful lot of people think he's rattled after what happened to him. You know?
Yeah, you'd need like to see a head doctor after, not just because just to talk about everything, because they're going through a lot of trauma in there, in the cage. Like.
No, absolutely. I think
PTSD.
But it was I don't know. I just heard this, and as my brother told me this, so I don't know where he heard it, but I heard that it was like a crackhead that broke in, like, and it was like he couldn't.
Oh, that story. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he couldn't
control him.
Incapacitate the guy. He was like just pounding on him.
Yeah.
And he had like some kind of stimulants in his system or something.
Exactly. So that would be scary. Imagine like a heavyweight or a light heavyweight in UFC couldn't even deal with a bloody meth head coming into his house. So that would rattle anybody.
I've seen people get sprayed right to the face with mace before and just nothing. It didn't do anything to him.
Oh my God.
It just kept going.
Was that bear mace though?
It was like cop mace. Cops did it.
Okay. Then after Ozdemir there, we've Krylov, Johnny Walker, Serkinov, Ankalev, Spann, Crute, Craig, and Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill, as after coming on the scene there, he had a good enough win against OSP. So I reckon he's safe. Paul Craig, I don't think he's safe, to be honest. And he's just not exciting. I know it's terrible to say, but the last fight I watched with him wasn't terribly exciting. Jim Crute, Ryan Spann. See, there's an awful lot of there's quite a few light heavyweights who aren't in the top 15 yet, who are actually kind of looking impressive as well. We might do a podcast on those guys another time. Actually, to kind of the outliers, actually, will be a good podcast to do. To introduce to people to names that aren't as that aren't household names, shall we say?
Yeah.
Right, we'll move on then to the middleweight division there. So we have Israel Adesanya. He hasn't vacated yet. Whitaker, Costa, Cannonier, Till, Vittori, Hermanson, Brunson, Gastelum, Uriah Hall, Weidman. Wow, Uriah Hall is gone. He's gone.
What about Weidman?
Oh, 100%. Did I go by him?
Yeah. Did you hear Forrest Whitaker? Not Forrest Whitaker?
Robert Whitaker.
Robert Whitaker. Yeah. Got his black belt.
I did. I saw. Absolutely.
That's congratulations.
Congratulations. Actually, yeah, absolutely. That's well earned, though. I mean, he partakes in an awful lot of gi competitions as well.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. So I do. I like that. I like people who do the traditional route also.
The gi is a tool.
Well, like, I mean, I always say, like, I like people. I watch these. I said it before. You read these the white belt mafia on Facebook, and they're like, no gi is more realistic. And then, like, what are you walking around in spats and a rash guard all day, every day
with the octopus on it?
Yeah. There probably are people walking. I mean, not everyone could be John Danaher walking around in their spats and their gi every day, you know.
Under like Superman or Spider-Man.
Under like Superman would be good. So yeah, Weidman, Uriah Hall's gone. After that, then there's Shabazian, Akhmedov, Tavares, Henish, and Holland. So Holland is still at 15, and also unranked is Hamza Chimaev. He's unranked at middleweight, but he's ranked at 15 in the welterweight division. And Kevin Holland called out Chimaev.
Smart. Try to get a little of that hype train going.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that would be an unbelievable fight.
Yeah. If he could come out like he did on Saturday, you might have something for Khamzat.
But well, I think I think maybe you're giving a little bit too much to Hamzat there. Hamzat is a welterweight to middleweight. Kevin Holland, I believe, is middleweight to lightweight. He's fought Thiago Santos.
Mm.
He stood there with Thiago Santos and gone to a decision with Thiago Santos.
But Khamzat hasn't even like been punched yet.
Exactly. That's it. And I really do think
that's
that
like a good thing for him. You know, he just uses his. We haven't seen him take in too much in any danger really.
And do you think Kevin Holland is the man to put him in danger?
Could be.
Do you think that there's anyone
I don't think so though. I think he just does the smoosh to him.
You think he gets the smoosh?
I think so.
Oh my God. Oh, so then answer this for me then. Is there anybody for Chimaev in the welterweight division?
I don't know. I think he's the real deal.
I know. I agree with you.
In 3 fights, he might be in it, fighting for the title or something similar.
So do you think he takes down Gilbert Burns and Usman and dominates both of them on the ground?
I think he could. I think Gilbert is an amazing jiu-jitsu guy, but those Dagestani handcuffs. Because
he doesn't really belong in the welterweight division.
People. Like,
sorry, go on.
Jiu-jitsu doesn't focus on riding people, holding them down.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about transition, position, but they just go to that knee ride, or just kind of like that folding pass and just stay there and beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like Oliveiro, he would just like stay there for a little bit, but then would just transition from mount, and then he's like, whoa, trying to keep the mount. Khamzat will just stay over your hip and just beat you up.
So there's no one then. There's absolutely he doesn't belong in the welterweight division.
Who knows?
But it looks.
I don't think like as men. The only person who's ever been undefeated was Khabib. Like everybody else is like, no, I could beat him, and then the next day someone beats him.
But see, this is the thing. Like, I feel invested in Masvidal in this division, and I don't want to see Masvidal. I don't want to see Masvidal fight him. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see any elite strikers against Khamzat. I don't want to see that at all. Don't show me that. Grand, we know his ground game is unbelievable.
Why don't you watch kickboxing then?
No, but listen to me. That's what I'm saying. I want to see Khamzat against another wrestler. I don't want to see. We know that an unbelievable wrestler beats a pure stand-up artist. I don't want to see that. So I really think that they should give Chimaev needs to go to Usman now. If he's the real deal, give him Usman now. Give me Usman now. I don't even want to see Usman anymore. So if we want to knock him off
you have to earn that.
But I don't think I'm looking at this list, man. There's no one here for him.
Everybody better start working on their wrestling.
This is it, and you're gonna people are gonna go nuts. I'm saying this. I think he has his way with Covington. He has his way with Burns. He has his way with Edwards, Masvidal, Thompson, Woodley. Maya might be interesting, but I don't think so. I think he's past it. Magny, Luque, Neil, Pettis, Bilal Muhammad would absolutely be murdered. Robbie Lawler's going to get cut.
I'd say he might be interesting with Wonder Boy.
Oh no, Wonder Boy
because of the he's going to be able to control the distance with his long legs and everything
for about 30 seconds.
Maybe.
No, I don't. Personally, I don't think there's anybody there for Khamzat. I don't think Khamzat belongs in the welterweight division. Obviously, if he can make the weight and he beats the champion, he becomes the champion, I think he'll do well. But I really think that the more exciting fights for us as viewers is the middleweight division for him. I would love to see Khamzat versus Jack Hermanson. I would love to see Khamzat versus Cannonier. That's those are the real fights. Like I think it's silly to have him in the welterweight division. That's just my opinion from what we've seen.
It's crazy how they're doing multiple weight classes.
I kind of like it though.
I like it too. I think they should do like pure circus stuff. You know?
Yeah. Well, like Jake Paul versus McGregor.
No, like weights and heights and everything.
Oh, okay.
Cejudo fight. Light heavyweight.
Who did you say?
Cejudo fight like a light heavyweight, something like that.
Yeah.
No, they couldn't commission that though. It would be like hard to. You couldn't get the legal documentation for that one. Probably commission wouldn't grant you the title, the licenses.
Cejudo versus Paul Felder would be good.
That would be good.
It would. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's move on then, and we will have a look here. So I already mentioned the welterweight division, and that's fairly fresh and healthy. The only person I can see being released would be maybe Robbie Lawler, and if I were Dana White, I'd release Chiesa as well, regardless of his record, and just let him do the television thing if we have to listen to him.
Him and Bisping together.
Yeah, I like Bisping though.
I know, but I like how Bisping just like clowns on all the other guys.
Oh yeah.
Like he's still alpha dogging them.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Like they're in the changing room.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah. He's just such a northern monkey.
Yeah, he's gas. I really like him. Right, so we'll have a quick look here at the lightweight division. So we have Khabib Nurmagomedov absolutely hogging. He's hogging the throne now at this stage. Gaethje number 1, number 2 Poirier, Ferguson, McGregor, Hooker, Dos Anjos, Oliveira, Felder, Ferreira, Ali Quenta, Kevin Lee, Dariush, Makhachev, Gillespie, and Drew Dober. Then
I'd say they won't take as many guys out of that division. If I had to choose.
I can't see anybody being removed there.
Yeah.
At all, to be honest.
That's right. It's just like nobody.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
They have what's their rank? Maybe there's probably 250 guys in the UFC or something, even more, maybe.
Hang on now, just let me check 1 second now.
They've got too tight of a control on the whole sport. I mean, I know other organizations, but their stranglehold is so severe.
Yeah. No, that division is absolutely so tight.
They have such a good product, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like their number 13, Makhachev, is like he's number 13, and those of us who are kind of in the know and into kind of grappling know that he's like that's Abdul Manap's student.
Yeah.
Khabib Nurmagomedov's dad's a first student, you know. So we'll be seeing him climbing, I would say, quite quite quickly, I think, anyway.
I'd say.
Like he dominates Kevin Lee, Makhachev.
You think?
Oh, absolutely. I do think Makhachev is the same level as Khabib. Thereabouts. How can they not be the same level? They're training partners. The father's going to impart the same, if not like 98% of the knowledge on the student as he is the son. Like they're there day in, day out together.
And the mindset and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we'll move on to the featherweights then. So the champion is Alexander Volkanovski. Max Holloway, then we have Ortega, Magomed Sharipov. As Chael Sonnen says, Yair Rodriguez, Chan Sung Jung, Calvin Cater, Chan Sung Jung. Yeah.
Or is that a different guy?
Oh, that's Korean Zombie. I'm pretty sure it is, anyway. Yeah. Jeez. There's what's the other Korean fella's name? What's his nickname? There's the Korean Zombie, and then
I don't know.
I can't remember. We'll find him another time. And then Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett is gone.
Do you think they can really get rid of guys in the top 15?
Oh, man, 100%.
Yeah, I guess they got rid of Yul, so what am I talking about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to do like a complete clear out. I think we'll be seeing people coming into the top 15 that weren't there before.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's the shuffle.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing either, you know. Then after Emmett, we have Jeremy Stevens. I think Jeremy Stevens is absolutely on the fence.
Who
Arnold,
the fuck is this guy?
who the fuck is this lad?
That's the original.
Yeah, absolutely. That's his claim to fame.
Remember me?
I'm the who the fuck is this guy?
Red Panties Night.
Yeah, exactly. That's all he's been looking for. We have Arnold Allen, and Sadiq Yusuf, Dan Ige, Shane Burgos, Ryan Hall, Bryce Mitchell, and Edson Barboza. I could see Edson being cut. And what the hell is happening with Ryan Hall? What is Dana White doing?
That story doesn't really like add up to me. That I can't find a fight. Like that just seems like a bullshit to me. Hall, but I mean, there's so many hungry guys who'd be like, "Oh, it's a jiu-jitsu guy. I'll fight him. You would think.
No, I don't think so. I disagree. Like I heard it is pretty hard for him to find a fight. Nobody wants to take him.
It makes sense though. All those guys are so hungry. They just be like, I'll fight him. What happened to anytime, anywhere, all this kind of shite?
But that depends on it. But these people don't want to lose their knees. This guy ends careers.
But that just sounds like a tall tale, that whole thing. I can't find guys to fight me.
I don't know.
Because from what I heard, in the UFC, you get Dana calls, whoever calls, and you say, no, I don't want to fight the first guy, but then you say you have to say yes to the second guy.
Okay, well, to your point, right? I'm just looking at his record here. So he's fought Elkin, he's fought Penn, and he fought Maynard, and he's fought Lobov, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's fought Lobov. Obviously, that was the Ultimate Fighter finale. He's fought Maynard, who's not in the top 15. He's fought BJ Penn, who's pretty much retired.
Yeah.
And retired a long time ago and came back in 2018 to make a comeback. And he's fought Elkins, sorry. And Elkins is not in the top 15. So he hasn't fought anyone in the top 15.
Yeah.
Current top 15. So that's a fair point. I mean,
it just sounds a little, but
if he was smart,
I never heard anybody else having that problem. You know what I mean?
If I were him, who does he go for? Who does he go for if he's looking for a fight? If I were him, I'd be calling out Josh Emmett, to be honest, or Chan Sung Jung. I think he can beat Chan Sung Jung in the ground.
Him out, or I don't think he's probably too nice to be calling people out. You know, like you got to play the game. That's you got to be going on Twitter and you know, keyboard tough guy and everything.
I think you can go. I think, like, I know what you're saying, but I do think you can make call outs in a respectful way. I do think that can be done, and I think he's capable of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it just depends on the person you send the call out to and how you word it. I mean, I think Chan Sung Jung would respect a call out in a respectful way. I think you're a fantastic fighter, and I'd really like to test myself against you. I think something like that, and then the fight would be done. Like,
yeah. Or Brian Ortega, but Brian Ortega's probably too high on the ranks.
I think after the last fight that we saw with Ortega, I don't know. I don't know. You have to tell me. You tell me. I don't know whose jiu-jitsu is better and whose stand-up is better there. You tell me.
I'd say Ryan Hall.
Yeah.
Has a deeper knowledge of jiu-jitsu, But MMA, Ortega has way more experience.
Mm-hmm.
But Ryan Hall has done a great job of building up his striking. Where he doesn't have so many visible, blatant holes in his, like, not holes, but weaknesses.
I know what you mean. I think I really, and I think he's done a fantastic job as well of kind of maintaining jiu-jitsu in his offensive.
He doesn't take any damage. That's the number one thing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's exciting for us as jiu-jitsu practitioners to see someone getting the same outcome as the likes of Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is more of a wrestler, grappler, and Ryan Hall is getting the same results, not getting injured, but using pure jiu-jitsu usually.
Yeah.
But I think the only complaint that some people have then is just the quality of opponent that he's had.
Yeah, he hasn't, like you said, he hasn't fought anyone in the top 15 yet.
Yeah.
I'd say that's why it might be hard to get guys to fight him, because they don't want to go, like, say you're number 5, you don't want to go down to someone who's 15.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it is a risk.
I want someone higher.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the last fight he had, it was against Elkins, if you look here, and it was a decision, and it went 3 rounds. And then the one before that, obviously, he got that submission on BJ Penn in the first round, just going into at the end of the 3rd minute.
What do you think would have happened if Tony got in that armbar 5 seconds earlier? You think it would have just broken, and then, because they have to stop it if it breaks. You can't just keep fighting with your arms dangling.
I don't know. It looked like I don't think it was going to break, to be honest. I think he would have had to, like, absolutely bend it.
Kind of turned it in his arm. He turned his hand up a little.
Did he? Was the thumb pointed towards the ceiling the entire time?
I think he just kind of like wiggled it. I don't know what. Like, I know he's hurting.
Oh, he's definitely hurting, like 100%.
He didn't like dislocate it,
Yeah.
He stretched everything.
Yeah, I think it stretched. I mean, I know it went the wrong way and everything, but you never know. Like, he's a crazy man. He could be practicing that the whole time.
Hey, bend my arm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And the way he was, like, hipping into it, Ronda Rousey style.
Really, I know, yeah. Roll. Oh, and I remember Joe Rogan, and what was it? DC asked Joe Rogan, "Did you watch that? Did you watch that whole thing?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I had to look away.
Crazy.
Did you look away? Did you watch it or look away?
I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it too. I was about to look away, and then I was like kind of half looking, and I just kept looking. If you get me, I was like, "Oh, I can't stop looking." I'm glad it didn't break though.
I wonder if there's ever been a compound fracture. I know there's been ones in people's hands and stuff, where the bone's popping out.
There was actually, now that you speak and talk about it, I haven't heard anything since, but Moreno had a massive lump on his forearm.
From the armbar.
No, Moreno, I think Moreno got a kick on his forearm, but it's definitely his left hand. And then I think in the 4th and the 5th there was this huge lump. And I remember they were saying, "Oh, he can't throw it," but he was throwing it anyway. But I don't know what that lump was like. This is like, I mean, a huge lump on the side of his arm. Like, I haven't heard anything since. But everyone thought that was a break.
The bone is like, bing.
Yeah. Oh no, I've gotten one of those, a wet noodle.
Oof.
Yeah.
Bone popped out through the skin.
Oh, the 2 of them. Yeah, I snapped this arm in half, and the 2 bones, the radius and the ulna, came out, and then the hand was down here.
Did you faint? I would have fainted.
Oh no, I was a kid, like, so I didn't. I was kind of just looking at it, going, "Ah!"
Noodle arm.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Like, you're just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't go into shock. I mean, you must have been.
Oh no, I was completely in shock. Yeah. That was a mad one. That took like 3 months to heal, I think.
Yeah, with screws and plates and everything. Or
No screws and plates, thank God. Just a big cast. That was it. Like, and I was walking around with like a kind of like an arm like this for ages afterwards because the cast had been there for 3 months. So I was kind of walking around like this all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember I was on holidays and I saw someone else walking around like this, and I broke their arm. That's mad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you playing rugby?
No, that was I came off a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Look, I have a habit of that, as you know.
Going down on bikes.
Yeah, coming off them like a mad Joe. The last big spill I had actually was maybe 2013. I was on my way to work, and I was living in Italy, and the roads in Italy are quite nice. So I was able to skate to work like on a skateboard. So
Yeah.
and I would absolutely tear along on a skateboard. And I remember it was raining, and I had a heavy bag on,
Ooh.
and I went to carve front side, if you get me.
Yeah.
And I forgot about the bag. So the bag just took my way completely.
Took the board, yeah.
Yeah, and the board went from underneath me and landed on and I completely landed on like I went up in the air and landed on my ass and my tailbone. And like, you know when you get up and you're like, I was halfway between work and halfway between home, and I just stood there for like 5 minutes. I didn't know whether or not to go home to go home because I was so broke up. Go home or go to work, and I was just like, oh, I can walk. Okay, I'll walk to work. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That was the last big spill. I don't think I can. See, I learned how to take spills then after that. Break
Now
falls.
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Like now you can fall off a roof and be fine.
I mean, we won't test it though.
Just do a dive roll at the end. Parkour. Right before you land.
Oh my God. Right, will we leave it at that so?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks.
And then we'll
a
talk
million
about
for
the other divisions next time.
Talk about all the other divisions. Oh yeah, I'm so prejudiced. I mean, so bad. I stopped at featherweight. Look, we will. We'll get to the other divisions the next time, definitely.
All right. Cheers.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.